What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode with AB Investments. Okay, so I got questions to answer about the couple videos that I uploaded yesterday and the day before yesterday, and I'll make it as fast as possible for you guys. And this is gonna be AB's 4D chess move. If Adam Aaron and that board is truly on retail side, not only on retail, but the best interest of all investors, even the institutional ones, if they have that in mind, this is how they go about it. So, as I mentioned, they can go ahead and issue as many apes as they need to go ahead and sell. And obviously, we know that it will dilute more of AMC's value. But then again, we're not in this play, at least for me. This is why I'm voicing my opinion as a non-financial advisor, or I don't give financial advice. But at least for me, I didn't get into this for any run-ups. I don't want no 100% run-up. I don't want no 200% run-up. I don't care about no 50, 30% run-up. If that's the case, I would have done that for over 2.5 years. I would have made that amount 50 times over, doing my day trades or choosing any other random stocks and swing trade them on run-ups, 20% here, 25% here. I would have made my 100% run-up over 50, 60 times in the past 2.5 years, and perhaps even more. So I got into this from MOAS since 2020. I got in this from MOAS. So give it about 8 more months, 7 more months, and it will be 3 years to the dot. So therefore, I'm telling you right now, guys, the way I'm thinking and wired is because I'm thinking for MOAS. I'm not thinking for 100% run up. You need to start questioning your content creators out there that you listen to or you let into your mind. Is what are your true interests? What are you after? What's your agenda? Are you in this for a 100% run up? Are you in this for a 50% run up? Or are you in this for a MOAS? MOAS can be defined by so many differently. To some people, it's a 50% run up or 100% run up. Well, to me, MOAS means tens of thousands of percentage up. That's what I'm after. And that's achievable with all the effery that they have in the background and all these shorts piled up and all these naked crap and all the undeliverable assets. That's easily possible. Anybody that tells you anything else, they have a different agenda of what MOAS looks like. Anywho, with that being said, how can people asked me 2 questions yesterday, and they said, well, we're afraid if they do issue all the other rest of the 5 billion apes, hypothetically speaking, and they sell them, and what if they sell them to other companies, most of them or all of them to the companies? Wouldn't that be bad? Like, wouldn't they be able to do another vote later and do the same thing? Well, I guess here's the answer to that. One, this is where the 4D chess comes in. I would love, actually, if I was CEO, this is exactly how I would go about it, okay? If I was AA, personally, I would love for me to issue those apes, and more importantly, sell it specifically to the hedge funds that are in ties with the shorts or even with market maker Citadel. So basically, because the only reason why they're buying these apes is because they have this assumption or this idea or perhaps the plan to go ahead and eventually do the vote, have the conversion, do the reverse split. With all the shares they have, they can cover those shorts. They can sell those shares to the ones that need them from their side, because they're all on the same side over there, to cover their shorts for a much lesser value because they don't need to come through you or me anymore. So MOAS would technically be dead. A run-up would be on the horizon for sure, because people, obviously they're going to close down their shorts. So you will have 100%. You will perhaps have a 220, 250% run up, logical run ups, but not a MOAS. This is how it works. When they cover, because they eventually have to cover, doesn't matter at what value. It's considered MOAS if they cover at the value that we choose in order for them to buy the shares back from us. We take the price up. In the same time, if they still want to cover and they have all these shares that somebody else could give them for a lower value, that's still buying pressure. They're still going to have to buy those shares to cover their positions. And naturally, the price goes up. So we are due, no matter what, for a run-up. we are going to have a run up at some point. When they close their shorts, there's going to be a run up. We dictate what that run up will be, either a MOAS or not. With this crap of convergent and 10 reverse stock split 10-1, odds are you're not going to have no freaking MOAS. You're going to have a run up. You're going to have a, whatever you consider a squeeze, 50%, 100%, 200%. And to many, that's why I said, question the agendas of the people you follow or listen to, because to many, that's a MOAS, that's a squeeze. That's great. And the plot is already set up. If you can't see the writing on the wall, they already have that writing set up. There you can see, I bet your ass, the media is gonna, if all this was to go through, the stuff that they're doing and they're trying to push, if all that was to go through, when that run up happens, all the articles are gonna say, well, Apes finally did it. They had their short squeeze AMC squoze in over 5 days to 300% or 200%. They're going to label that as the squeeze. And the people that don't get out within those percentages or whatever it goes up to, but it's not going to be no MOAS. It's not going to be thousands and thousands of percents. Whatever it goes up to, people that don't get out, waiting for the MOAS numbers, you're going to be like, well, you didn't get out. But everybody will label it as the squeeze already happened. Who are you going to get mad at then? It doesn't matter. Your favorite content creator is going to be on a different bandwagon. There's going to be new energy, new stock, new talk. Crypto will be on the main talk by then. Because this chapter or this book would have been closed by then. Now is what we have. So as far as, this is my 4D chess move. If they were to, I would love to. If I was a CEO, I would issue those apes and I would sell them, and I would specifically sell it to the hedge funds, not to the apes. You know why? Because I could easily come out and say, we're no longer wanting to do this conversion, or we no longer want to put the vote. There's a lot of pushback that we're hearing and feeling. So therefore, because he did that before as well. We're not, remember when he canceled the voting back in 2021 for the issuance of more shares? They could he could easily come out and say, we're not going to do this proxy anymore. At that point, all those ape shares that were purchased heavy with all these bloodsuckers, because shorts, you got to remember, shorts don't have the best interest. If he truly is for the apes, and not just for the apes, but the best interest of all AMC's investors, whether in institutes or apes or retail, the shorts are by default his worst enemy. They don't want good for his company. They want harm for his company. So he should naturally do anything and everything that goes against them and sides with his best interest of his investors. All alike. So if all of them buy all these apes now, thinking that they're eventually going to converge over to become AMC shares so they could cover their shorts on AMC when that happens for cheap or for pennies on thousands of dollars, they'll be like, shit, we just bought billions of these shares for what? And he could come back and announce that after all the paid debt of AMC because of all those sales, AMC is already sitting on some cash. I understand we have cash burn, but we're already sitting on some cash. And by doing this sell, they will be, one, paid off all their debt. He can go to all those lenders and pay off those debts even for probably at least 30% less than what the loan is. He already did it twice in smaller increments. He could do a lot more for a lot less later and keep billions of dollars of cash in AMC's hand, which will easily take it through 2023 and 2024 if needs to be. But the reports say that by 2024, the whole industry is going to be different. And technically, the markets will be in the rebounding phase of the recession that it's been in. So either way, by then, like it's like we have enough cash to take us, and he could automatically announce that since AMC is out of debt, that beginning 2024, AMC will use APE as its form of dividend. AMC used to give dividends back in the days. We can get back to that promised land. And this is how we do it. APE is right there. It can be issued as dividend. So those idiots that will be sitting on all these APEs, not as far as retail, as far as the institutes that buy all these extra APEs, one, they're not going to be converted. And with the announcement of it being a form of dividend, now the shorts are even in hotter waters. This is the checkmate part right here, where, oh shit. Not only are we sitting on something that does not help us, on top of that, we paid for it, the company, to take care of its fundamentals, pay off its debt, and now if they roll out a dividend, all those shorts have to pay it. MOAS will be very violent, more violent than even anticipated in the beginning of the movement, if this stuff was to check out and to work out like this. I understand it's like, oh, it's in a happy world, but again, if I was CEO, I would do that, and there will be nothing legally that goes against me in doing so, because I'm working to the best interest of my investors, all alike, retail, institutes, or whatever. And another thing about attracting institutional investors, when you do a 10-to-1 reverse stock split in a market like this, you're not going to attract more institutional investors. I'm sorry, because right now they want to have access to companies that has potential in the future, and so they will buy the dip. But a company that so far until this point have no good fundamentals with debt, they think that it might not make it through the harsh year that is coming ahead in 2023. So therefore, they will go ahead and look at companies like Amazon, Tesla, other companies that did a forward stock split, which means they made their stocks a lot more affordable for those institutes and retail investors even to come and swoop some. In the pursuit of basically the growth that is coming in the next years that are ahead, 2024, 2025, and so forth. So doing a 10-to-1 reverse stock split will only complicate things, because one, companies, if they didn't pay for it for $3 or $2, they're going to pay for it at 30 and 50 with whatever it has on hand. No. So again, this is my 4D chess for you that he can. If he truly cares about his investors, not just retail or ape, with also the MOAS, if he still has some shares on hand after all this selling, besides all the billions that are sitting on hand, he can sell shares also in the MOAS. A little bit here and there. It doesn't make a difference. We would all take care of everything at that point, you know? And more importantly, how do you attract institutional investors when the debt is all paid and the stock does crazy? Of course, naturally, when it does have a MOAS, many people will leave, but that's mainly retail. The stock will normalize and come back down. But where it does, when you have a huge group of retail investors that are constantly after a MOAS, they're going to be backing the company left and right with everything. You know, they're the ones who's going to be buying the tickets, the popcorns, the fundamentals of whatever business is going to do on a daily basis. Retail is going to do that, especially after a MOAS, because they know that this ticker or this company and its board and its CEO is who was technically behind giving them life-changing money and wealth. They will never forget. They will always look out for you. That's just the unspoken of code of life. So if he truly cares, he can follow it like this. He could do it this way and not do no conversion or no reverse stock split. And institutes will come after, because why? Institutes are like vultures. Where there's food, they will come. Fundamentals get better. Debt is paid off. The shorts are obviously not harassing it at that point anymore, because all that shit got obliterated. Institutes will come in. Institutes will come in on their own. There's food, they'll come. It's business is business. I like you or I don't like you. If there's money in it, I'm going to deal with you. So with that being said, I try to make it as quick as possible, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. And more importantly, please share this video or others with other people or in other platforms. Right now, I'm going through YouTube with a problem that so far cannot be solved. It's been over 2 days. that apparently there's some sort of shadow banning that has happened onto my channel, showing completely different numbers of everything, whether views or whatever. Something is happening that is putting down the video from moving, especially with the algorithms. And as speaking with them, finally, up till that late yesterday, last night, they told me that they will have to, eventually they've moved it forward to some other YouTube team that can finally, hopefully, be the most expertise team that could find out what's exactly happening to do that, to lessen the algorithms in my favor. Like the video would be doing 800-900 views, and then on my end, on the algorithms, it will be showing that you only got 100 views. Look the difference. Look how I'm being throttled. Something is being done. So please, please do me a big favor. Share this video. Like it if you do. If you don't, I totally understand. If you have any comments and any questions, put them in the comment section, because all these questions and all these comments I've been getting as of late have been spot on. So for you fundamentalists out there, look at Bed Bath & Beyond. They have terrible, terrible earnings. And today they did a 50-60% move, run up. Why is that? Because not everything is just fundamentals. The shares and the purchase of shares and the volatility plays a big role as well. Both of them work side and side, fundamentals, and there is the other side called the trading. Trading makes a big difference. Sorry guys, hopefully this was the most valuable 17 minutes of your day today. Much love, AB Investments.